Hello everybody, I hope you're doing very well. I wanted to jump here very quickly to explain just a couple things in a very simplified way because I think it will help you understand a little bit more the mixing skin tones demonstration and just in general for your painting. But you probably know this already, or you've heard of all of this. But I wanted to explain what value, chroma, hue, temperature, what it all means. And there is this very good simplified color wheel or color system. It's called the Munsell color system. And I love it because it just, I'll probably put it over here, but it is very, very easy to understand what each of these things do. So let's start with value. Value, it's the most important thing on your painting. And what is value is simply just how bright or how dark a color is. And you can easily do this by taking a photo on your phone and putting in the black and white. And you can quickly see what is the darkest, what is the lightest, etc. Usually a painting has up to 10 values, 10 being the brightest highlights, which it could be the little dot in the eye, in the eyeball, and 0 being the darkest, which could be maybe like a very dark shadow somewhere over here, for example. But you can have a painting that also has 5 values, so it would be more simplified, maybe that's more of a sketch. And I've heard this from several artists, and it is very, very true, which is value does the work and color takes the credit. So value, it is very, very important, because if your values are incorrectly, it doesn't matter how amazing your color choice is, or even if your drawing is perfect, if the value lacks, there's always something that is wrong. And then the next one, it will be the chroma. So what is chroma? Chroma is simply the saturation or the purity of a color. For example, you have a red, and how red that red is, which is how saturated that color is. Usually, if you pick it up straight from the tube, it will be very, very pure. But the reality is not like that, because we don't find things that pure all the time. It has a wide range of colors or subtleties. And how do we make a color less pure or less saturated? We basically use the opposite, the complementary color, and I'm sure you've heard this before. So if you have a red and you want to gray down or lower it in chroma, we take the opposite color, the complementary, which would be a green. And you could choose a Viridian green, which is more of a cool green, or a sap green, that is a warmer green. So I guess that depends on which way you want to lean it to. I also use the transparent brown a lot to lower the chroma. However, this does make a warmer mix, and obviously a more brown mix rather than a gray mix, but that's up to you. I do use both methods. I guess it just depends. And then the hue. The hue is simply what we have known since we were little kids. It would be the names of the color, which would be red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Those would be the hue, which is what color it is. So all of this together, it's what makes a painting successful, alongside with the drawing skills, I believe. That is very, very important. And another thing that I wanted to explain very quickly, I didn't want to go too crazy on this video, it will be just the temperature. Now the temperature, in this little wheel, you see that obviously is a little bit of common sense. You know, the cool colors are more the blue, the green, purple, and then the warms are orange, reds, yellows. However, as I've explained before, my palette, I usually have one of each color, warm and cool. So even though we say, oh, yellows are warm, I do have yellow that is cooler, and I have a yellow that is warmer. When I say that I have the lemon yellow, that is a very cool yellow, and when I have the cadmium medium yellow, that is a very warm yellow. So what I want you to understand is that temperature it depends every time what you have on the side, what you have next to it. So it is very, very subtle, especially, for example, if you're doing a portrait and you're painting underneath the nose, it's usually a very warm red because of all the blood vessels that are around and the cartilage. It's very warm red. But the moment that you go above the lip, it is a more cooler, more blue, more green. So the subtleties are very, very low. We don't jump from red straight to blue. It has a wide range of colors, but it is also temperature. So I hope this clarifies a little bit and that it helps you a lot. I'm going to attach obviously the two wheels because I think it helped you a lot. And if you can print it and stick it on your wall and just look at it, it is very, very helpful. So now let's start. Let's get some painting done.